Saturday the 22nd of February 2025 was an important day for the Goldfields Railway in Waihi, as this was the day when they took delivery of their new toy, as it were. The locomotive in question is TR-845, a little 040 diesel shunter built by Hitachi of Japan in around 1969. For context, TR was effectively a generic classification that NZR gave to a number of small, usually four-wheel, diesel shunters built by a variety of different manufacturers. Only 6 Hitachi TRs were ever built, with 845 being the first one to enter preservation, and the only one of her sisters that I've never seen for myself is TR-816. 845 is notable for being the only Hitachi TR to receive the toll rail corncob livery, which looks especially unusual on this locomotive due to the curved stripes only being at the back. The presence of a big radiator grille up front meant they couldn't put the stripes at that end as well as the cab. As for why she was bought by the Goldfields Railway Society in the first place, well, based on what I was told, they wanted another locomotive of a similar size and power output to their Baguley-Drewry twins. Speaking of which, both of them will appear in this video, and the blue one, number 3652, was doing the honours by hauling the regular passenger service. Incidentally, I wonder what the passengers thought if they saw TR-845. As Dean and the crew sorted out the connection between the ramp siding and truck trailer, DSC 2338 was brought out of the shed to help with the job. As for why Baguley-Drewry 3650 was brought out too, it was so that the TR could be coupled back to back with 3650, and, consequently, be in a better place in the shed for the crew to work on her. Currently, 845 is not fit to haul passenger trains. Engine driver Johnny invited me to ride in DSC 2338's cab for a little while. While the preparations to bring TR-845 onto Goldfields metals were going on, Baguley-Drewry 3652 was still out with the passenger train. After coupling up to the two YC ballast wagons, DSC 2338 moved closer to the truck trailer and coupled up to TR 845. I'm guessing that the YCs were just acting as runner wagons. Even though I'm not a fan of the toll rail livery, I was still excited to see TR 845 arriving on Goldfields Railway metals. I remember seeing this locomotive in Hautapu at least once, then twice at Hamilton's Te Rapa yard. At this point, there was still plenty of time before Baguley-Drewry 3652 returned from Waihi, so the crew set about moving TR 845 onto another siding, then shunting 3650 over to the same siding and coupling her up to the TR. The DSC's work resulted in a lot of back and forth movements over the Maddox Street level crossing.
She goes to me, she says, "Oh, it must be great adding nice locomotives." I says, "No, it's not really." Oh, it's so exciting. I said, yeah, it would be. I said it's for certain people. They just constantly get at you all the time.
Yeah.
I just over it.
Oh yes.
I'll check this on the 4 pick up Loco 6. And I'll have a link from there. And we'll
Chop a bit, 2 sticks behind that accident.
that's right. Let's keep an eye on our time. Yeah. Oh no, not yet. We'll have the train coming up. So
Yeah, it's just gone. Yep. That old grass bloody gets slippery, eh?
yeah.
Spinner wheels, a little bit more. And stop. Okay. Bring her back, road's all set. Right on the loco. One bogey. Half a bogey. Four meters. 2 meters. 1 meter. Come in together a little bit more. And stop.
Now that TR-845 and 3650 were coupled up, the DSC pulled away with the YC wagons, which were then shunted back onto the ramp siding.
Onto our race and then pump it up. As soon as the train comes back, we'll switch it over and we'll be right ready to go.
Roger.
Yeah, half a bogey. Steady and stop.
That was followed by yet another move, this time to Road 2 in order to pick up the works train. DSC 2338 had to wait until the passenger train came back before shunting the works train into the ramp siding, where it's normally stored. Incidentally, at one point while TR-845 was still sitting on the ramp siding, two journalists from what I think were a local newspaper got a photograph of Dean and Johnny with the locomotive. For some reason, the journos even wanted me to be in the photograph too, and are apparently going to plug my channel in their article on the TR. As for which paper it was, I think it's called Whangamata and Waihi News, but I could be wrong. Before 3652 left with the 1:45 PM service to Waikino, DSC 2338 moved the other 040s onto Road 2 and parked alongside the station platform.
Goldfields Railway. See you later. See you.
Okay, alligator.
Now that 3652 had gone, the DSC was uncoupled and ran around TR-845 and 3650 before doing a bit more shunting. We were lucky to have such good weather on this day, but even then, I still tried to stay in the shade as much as I could. Meanwhile, the little Pickett 042 tank engine was quietly sitting in the back of the shed, seeing as she can't do much else at this point. As much as I'd like to see her run again, I understand that that would be far too expensive for the Railway Society. On the next track over, one could find DBR 1282. This locomotive is often used to haul the passenger service as an alternative to the blue Baguley-Drewry shunter, and if you'd like to watch my video about the DBR's arrival in Waihi, check the link in the top right corner.
Warm? Not as bad as yesterday. Shit, yesterday was terrible.
Take her in, we can have a look at it.
Yeah.
And after quite a bit of shunting, the Goldfields Railway's new toy was safely parked in the shed. I was told that the crew still have a lot of work to do on this locomotive, and it will be around 6 months before she starts hauling passenger trains. Another thing I was told was that the TR will apparently use some parts from another Goldfields locomotive, namely DSA 551, which was built by the Hunslet Engine Company in 1954. The last time I saw 551 running was in January 2023, and apparently the railway would need to spend at least $50,000 to get her running again, so it doesn't look like we'll see her in action again anytime soon, if at all. It's a shame that she only lasted around 4 years in service after her big overhaul. Besides the significance of TR-845 being the first, and possibly only, Hitachi TR to be preserved, this day was also special on a personal note. It was the first time I had ever gotten proper close-up shots of a Hitachi TR and had a cab ride aboard a DSC 2338, although it wasn't the first time I cabbed a DSC. Others that I've cabbed include 2584 in Waitara and a 2759 in Gisborne. Congratulations to the Goldfields Railway Society for their success in saving TR-845 for preservation. I look forward to seeing her run passenger services later this year, but for now, I suppose I'd better end the video with an extra shot of Baguley-Drewry 3652 after she brought in the 2:30 PM ex-Waikino service.